Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening.
Hey guys, give me a minute. Hi. All right. Everybody on the call, you guys are ready to go? Just type in the chat yes or ready, and we'll start.
Yeah, hello Akshay. Good
Hey,
evening.
Michael. Hey. Everybody, can you use the chat? I just want to know you're alive. Yeah, just type ready or yes. Welcome. Akhil, is there any announcements we need to make before we start?
No, Akshay, nothing from my side. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, come on, show me you're alive. Welcome, Sanjay, Mohammed, Avni, Kushal, Ayan, Jay Hari. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Guys, if I mispronounce your name, it's not because I don't like you, okay? Akash, Arvind, Arvind? Yeah, okay. All right. So we have how many people alive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 people alive out of our 16, out of our 14. Come on, where are the rest of you guys? Are you alive? Type yes. Let me just make sure you're alive. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I want you to, thanks, Abhiram. All right, I want you just as a warm-up exercise, I want you to write how your week has been. Okay, so exciting, fun, difficult, challenging, overwhelming, curious, crazy, whatever. How your week has been and what you had for breakfast. And that's your pet name for today. Okay, so I'll start. Mine is... Akhil, is there a way we can set this so to everyone? Like even my message is only going to be able to go to you.
Yeah, just give me a second. I will make you host. then
Got
you
it.
can. Yeah.
Welcome, Sahil and Varsha. Okay, everyone. All right. So mine was busy eggs. That was my week was busy, and I ate eggs. That's my pet name today. Okay. So everybody, just type, "How's your week?" and "What did you have for breakfast?" That's your pet name. And give me a minute. I'm just going to get a glass of water. I've been in back-to-back Zoom calls. I'll come back in a minute. 1 minute. Okay. I'm back. Let's see. So we have some occupied rice. We have some great roti. We have some active idlis. We have tired sandwiches. Tired sandwich sounds very tired. Monotonous cereal. Okay. All right. Fast legume. Legume. What do you eat? Beans.
So what is your question, sir?
Sir, why do you always miss my statements? Why are you going to live in mystery forever? Okay. My question was, how was your week and what did you eat for breakfast? That's your pet name. Okay. Let's move. What I want to do next is I want you to write down what did you do between our last call and this call. Just type, share what all you got done. And if you got stuck anywhere, write that down as well. So what did you get done? And if you had any barriers, give me some barriers. So this is a chance for me to support you, coach you, work through things. Yeah. So write down what you got done and any barriers. Okay. Sahid says he interviewed some people. Which kind? Clients? How many?
Yeah, yes, sir. Clients regarding my field.
Okay. And what did you learn?
I collected some data regarding to pursue my prototype, sir.
Yeah, but you need to say something more specific. This is very vague. Data, what data? Your prototype, which prototype? Can you be a little bit more specific? What did you actually learn? Like you learned that people like this, or people didn't like this, or this is what they want to do, or this is what you'll do. You understand? See, right now your statement is very vague. It's not clear what you learned.
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, my prototype is since weddings have become a platform to display social status and people spend lavishly on grand weddings. As a result, a lot of foods get wasted, sir. So our prototype is to the main objective is to overcome this imbalance, and the main agenda is to develop a software that connects a particular event where excess food is produced and to some orphanages within a particular radius. So that's our prototype. That's our idea.
Got it. And then when you
So
who did you
I
interview?
interviewed some orphanages. I called some orphanage, and I asked them whether this might help you actually.
Okay.
So they said if there is a app, they might use it. So
Yeah, but forget
haven't
about
seen
app.
any.
No, without an app also you can make it happen. Why do you need an app?
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, so give me a bit. I'll just explain, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Are you going to explain now or what?
Yeah, yes, sir. Give me a few minutes, sir. I'll just discuss with my group members and.
Okay, yeah, no problem, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let me see who else put some thoughts down. Okay, Sharon put down. Interviews help us understand that people consider pets to be a part of their family. Oh, wow. And have emotional attachments to them. Challenge to contact them. Contact information given online is usually outdated. Yeah. So I would say don't go online, Charan. What you do is basically look at your friends and just send a WhatsApp message saying, hey, we are doing a startup around helping pets, and if pet safety or whatever, and if you know somebody who has a pet, please can you share their number so that we can talk to them and understand them. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But good. This is a very good insight you got. And oh, you're saying that the information that they have,
The online information given on websites of people online are usually outdated, sir. So they don't respond.
no, but just go through connections. You don't need to just use an online route. Yeah.
Sir.
Okay, Rishabh says, built a virtual view of how our product could look like. So Rishabh, what did you learn out of doing that? Are you able to speak, Rishabh?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what did you learn out of doing that?
So I learned about what kind of product can we actually use in an like hands-on product, or like when we are wearing it, it's a wearable device. So what kind of product can we use actually? Because if the products are very big, then it won't be handy usable. So
Okay. So
we
now
learned
based
that.
on that, what are you going to do differently now?
Like I'm just going to search for the products which are feasible in that project, and which occupies less space and works efficiently for that case.
Got it. Okay, understood. Let me look at what else. Abhiram, our abstract idea became more concrete. Can you just say a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so basically, I'm also from Shahid's group, sir, the food channelizing group. So yeah, again, our idea is to basically channelize the excess food and make sure it's delivered more effectively and efficiently to the needy people.
Understood.
So basically, we thought of adding additional functionalities as well, sir. Apart from food, we thought of adding additional functionalities.
No, but why would you do that? Finish food properly, no?
Yeah, yes, sir. We're developing on that as well, sir. So,
but that is a lot. If you can actually do food properly alone, you'll get a lot of karma points.
Yes, sir.
See, don't get distracted. Do one thing properly.
Yeah, you get it, sir.
Because from the way you all have talked about it, it's still not fully clear.
Yes, sir.
And let me ask you a question. How long before you'll be able to make one transaction?
3 or 4 weeks, sir.
Good. Make that happen and then scale that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, sir. We'll do it.
Yeah. Don't get distracted. Yeah. Just finish the food thing. Then slowly you can add more things.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going through this. Jay Hari conducted a brief survey. And what happened? What did you learn? Can you speak?
Yes. So actually, we did not attend the last session. So I'll just give a brief overview of my idea, and I'll just explain what the survey was about. So our product is basically a medical prognostic device, which can, again, it's not a diagnostic device as such, because we are not entirely sure how to limit all false positives. So what it basically does is, it's like a stethoscope, you could say. So it takes in the audio noises from your heart and your lungs, and we pass it through a deep learning model, which can predict the presence of different ailments. Let us say pneumonia or so-and-so diseases. We have 5 diseases as of now, which we are able to predict with an accuracy of 85%, which is yet to be improved because the data sets which we got are from online. We need real patients' data set from real people. Okay. So what we did a brief survey among medical professionals, relatives and friends who are in the medical field, some doctors, some medical students. And we tried to get their insights on how good a product like this would scale in real life. So we actually got a bit of mixed reviews. So what the students told was they would recommend such a product for people in homes. Like, let's say if people are stuck at home and they cannot afford to go outside to get themselves tested. Again, this product can also possibly detect COVID, because pneumonia is one of the major symptoms of COVID. So we thought, okay, why don't we add that as well? So they thought it would be really helpful if people could just predict it from home and then decide whether they want to see a doctor or not. But the doctor said, unless and until there is supposed to be a certain criteria which all medical devices have to satisfy so as to make it to the market. So unless we achieve that mark and we are 100% sure it will work, we should not go ahead with it. So we're still working on it.
So is your biggest barrier a technical barrier?
Not really, sir.
Okay, then what is it?
Yes, sir. Actually, the biggest barrier would be getting proper data set from people. and then later on trying to get into the market. Yes.
And what do you need to get that data?
Sir, we need to, let's say there are medical camps somewhere. So we need to go to a medical camp, and it's totally non-invasive. We just need to record the heart and lung aspiration sounds of patients. It's totally non-invasive, so we need to get a permit for that. And then we need to collect data, and then we need to train our model upon the data.
Okay, give me a little bit more details, no? How would you
Yes, sir.
actually get your data? So, okay, you need to go to medical camps. How will you get the medical camps done?
I didn't get you, sir.
You said to do this, you need to go to medical camps or get it from medical camps, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How would you do that?
So that's what we're not.
What is your best idea right now? Let's think together, no?
Okay, sir. So what we decided is, let us say we go to a medical college or something, so where patients come there for testing. I'm not entirely sure how it happens. So, but what we thought,
Okay,
if patients come there to get,
let me ask you a different question.
yes,
Who do
sir.
you know who could give you clarity?
So definitely a medical professional, sir, on
Okay.
how to collect data.
How can you find these guys?
So we need to go to a hospital, explain our idea to them.
Don't you have any friends who know doctors?
Sir, I don't have friends who know doctors.
Friends, then there's a different problem in life only.
No, sir, who are medical professionals. We sent the form to friends of my friends, so I am not in direct contact with the person. But once we
pick up the
get
phone
into
and
touch
call
with
them.
someone,
Why don't you pick
yes,
up the phone and call them? See, my point here is, I think your strength is you guys are technically quite strong, okay? But what is missing, I hear, is risk taking. Okay.
yes, sir.
See, you can't possibly in India not know doctors here, right? So my point is that maybe you need to do 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls to find the people, but you need to get on the phone and solve this problem. Yeah. See, remember,
Yes,
you're
sir.
not a researcher, you're an entrepreneur, right? And an entrepreneur is not just about the technical domain knowledge, it's also about finding a way to make something happen.
Yes, sir.
You're understanding what I'm saying, no?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, see, a project shouldn't fail because you didn't have the courage to pick up the phone and talk to somebody. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So if that's the next thing to do, learn what you need to learn and make it happen.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But I like what you're building. Little bit more courage is needed. Okay. Talk to human beings. It's a good idea. And
Yes,
this
sir.
is not
We'll
a
do that
workshop
next.
for finding friends. So if you don't have friends, then that's a different problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. I'm just joking. Okay. Don't take it seriously. Okay. Kushal. Spoke to a few friends about project. They said the project. They said, okay. So Kushal, did you speak to these friends? Are your friends or the potential customers?
Yes, the potential customer.
Okay. Very good.
Students.
They said the feature they said is to add creating your own playlist of content. I'm going to create a website first, so it's easier to get feedback soon. How long will it take for you to create your website?
1 week.
Okay, try and create something really quick. Huh?
Yes.
In fact, try and see if you can create something almost like a mock-up where it's just Google Sites plus WhatsApp, you know?
Yes.
So imagine they can chat with you on WhatsApp and Google Sites is where you build the thing. So basically build it very light so you can move quickly.
Yes. I'll do it.
Okay. Avni interviewed households near me. They shared a few problems. Maids don't have uniform leaves, leaving work, trusting. Okay. So, so Avni, how far away are you from actually doing a transaction? Or what is the next thing in terms of actually getting these things to? I understand lockdown is there, but
So
other than lockdown,
if you like,
sorry.
no, sir, like we are only circulating the messages like maids are available and so
Yeah, but
whoever needs them. So I
why
guess
don't you get into the game? Why don't you actually reach out and say, hey, what do we need to do for this to happen? Let me ask you a question. If you had to do a transaction, what would you do?
I would like contact the person who needs.
Do you have some
worker
names of
and
people
then-
who have said they have a need?
No, sir, that's what we are searching right now.
How many people are you reaching out to per day?
So like 1 to 2, not like much. I have.
Why is it so low? I mean, what's the barrier? Why are you not able to do 20, 30 a week, a day?
No, sir, I'll do it after
No,
my
but tell me, I can help you think through. I'm asking this to help you think through, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's the barrier you're facing?
So,
Suppose from tomorrow onwards, we needed to talk to 20 people a day. How do we do it?
yeah,
How?
uh, whatever contacts I have, I'll sit and start calling them continuously. And
No, so don't
then,
just do it through brute force. How big is your team?
three people.
Got it.
So
Here's what I'd say.
yeah,
Why don't you create a poster on Canvas saying, we are a startup looking to help maids find work. Would you like to hire from us? Right? And send it to at least 20 people every
okay,
day.
sir. Yeah.
And if they reply yes, then you can call them. Does that make sense? See, if you can you
Okay,
put 1
yeah,
hour,
that's
how much of
yeah.
time can you put for your startup? 1 hour a day?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you.
Hello,
Yeah, can you hear me?
hello.
Avni, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How much of time can you give it per day, your startup?
Sir, I can give 2 to 3 hours.
Give it
Okay,
1 hour,
for
but I'm
now.
think about it smart, which is create a small poster, ask people
Yeah.
to reply if they have interest, reach out to 20 to 30 people a day. It's moving too slowly, Avni. Yeah.
Yes.
At this rate, if you move, I'll go to old before you'll make money. Yeah. You need some courage. You're not exercising courage.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Aniruddha, researched on sensors that can be used in our prototype. Okay. Spoken to a potential customer, still in the process of understanding the requirements. Got it. Spoke to 5 NGOs. They're not available, not replying, and said offices are closed due to lockdown. The other than that, I've ordered all the requirements to make the prototype. Okay. Yeah, if you didn't talk to, I mean, if you talk to 5 of them and they said no, then that's just that, right? You need to expand the list. What's the barrier you're facing to talk to somebody that can actually work with you? Viral?
Yes, sir. I previously talked to people, like I visited a hospital, and this is before lockdown. I visited a hospital and talked to potential customers and as well as doctors. So there's no particular barrier other than that my product not being ready. I have
That's okay, no. Why? If your product is ready, what will you do next?
I'll give them it. I'll give it to them for testing and see if they need any improvements or build upon the hardware prototype mode.
How can you test it without the technology working? See, you have to test the form factor, right?
Yes, sir.
You can test it without the technology working, right? You can just explain to them what it will look like. For example, this is an old example, but you know that the very first handheld devices was Palm Pilot. Have you heard of it? Palm Pilot?
No, sir.
Okay, so basically think of it as it was like an old iPhone, okay, but very expensive. And what he did was he created this thing with styrofoam, with thermocol.
Okay.
And he drew on it and he put it in hands of users and said, would you use a thing like this that can help you organize your calendar?
Yes, sir.
Is that you understanding what he's doing there? Right?
Yes, sir,
And
yes,
they were saying, okay, this doesn't make sense. Will I be able to click it? How will I put my contacts in here? Should I type it? Blah, blah, blah.
So, sir, I did that. I made an Android app for my hardware prototype. What we can do, I attached my phone to a selfie stick and gave it to customers and interviewed them, asking them, would this be feasible? Would you be using this? So I did that part using an Android app and a selfie stick.
Awesome. And
so they were generally favorable, but that was another reason why we pivoted from an Android app to a hardware prototype, because there were certain restrictions. My product, just a reminder, my product is a stick that will help visually impaired navigate. It will basically tell them. So
thanks.
So the thing is with mobile phone, it won't have the traditional functionality of a cane. Like you cannot bang your mobile phone into objects. So in case the computer vision system fails, And other than that, a lot of people said that they don't have mobile phones yet in the Indian market. They were pretty old aged. But even if we exclude that barrier, after doing a considerable amount of market survey, I observed that there are a plethora of Android apps already available on Google Play Store, which are doing this. But those are not very effective because of restrictions of a mobile phone. So that is why we have pivoted to a hardware prototype.
How long will it take you to build your MVP?
Sir, less than 2 weeks, but I have my exams coming up, so it might get just.
No worries. Understood. Understood. Okay. I'm just going through this list. Okay. Interviewed a yoga facility faculty for IIT BHU. Okay. Interviewed 2 potential users. Got it. Okay. So everybody, here's what we're going to do. I want you to think through what is next for you. Should you interview your customers, in which case you got to ask them the 5 W's and 2 H, right? Who, what, when, where, how, things that you need to discover about them, right? So number 1, I want you to just type in the chat, what is next for you? Should you interview, or should you make something, right? Or should you figure out your pricing? So just write down, should I talk? Should I make? Or should I look at pricing? What's next for you? Also, Akhil, do these guys need to make a presentation for tomorrow's session?
Yes. They can present with their slides.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm just going through this. Vidya says I need to. I should make. Kushal says make and pricing. I've eliminated what not to do, but I still should figure out what is needed. Okay, Namya, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. Hi. So my product is basically related to remote interviewing and improving the remote interviewing process. So I've reached out to like around 10 people who were like in my closest circle, and they are in some sort of software or hardware company. And I also spoke to 2 of them who are not belonging to engineering, like they were from the accounting firms. So I asked them, and I basically understood that apart from say software engineering or hardware, you don't really need any other facility apart from a good video calling application. So my product wouldn't do well in those fields. They just require, all they need is a video calling application. So I think that is already present in so many like different applications that provide. So that is what, those are the domains I probably should not venture into, and I should just restrict it solely to software. And again, in software, I understood that like for freshers or for like general SDE roles, my product wouldn't do very well again, because the focus in the interviews for such roles or such a level is a little different than what I would probably offer and what it would be used for. So I'm yet to like choose that maybe one domain in software, saying okay, let's just.
What are your 2 best guesses?
I think it's probably going to be testing and infrastructure, or something related to cloud engineers, etc. So these are the 2 domains I think will be benefited. I've spoken to one person. I haven't been able to reach out because I don't know too many people in that field, but yeah, I'm expanding my search in that domain. That's what I'm doing present.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about 2 sub-segments of testing, and then list 2 to 3 people in each of them to talk and see which of those ones have more interest. And again, guess and then test. Yeah. So for example, you may say testing around A and testing around B, and I know 3 people here, or I know 2 people here, or I don't know anybody here, but I know people who would know people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I'm in the people who don't know people category right now. I'm yet to reach out and get.
So, and in a tech company, usually they will know other people in similar related stuff. So I would say you are in the talk and interview stage. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Aviril says I should make. Search for mechanical support to know about specific device. I should make and price. Make. Okay. All right. So everybody, I'm going to put you all back into breakout rooms. Share what you did, what you learned, and try and be specific. You notice how I'm asking specific questions. What do you learn? And what's next for you? Right? So if you're going to interview, who you're going to interview? How you're going to do it? Right? If you're going to make, how you're going to make? Right? If you're going to look at pricing, how can you discover pricing? So the way to look at pricing is you got to look at what they already spend. You got to ask, it's again a discovery question. You got to interview them a little bit and then give them 1 or 2 pricing options. You can pay this or you can pay this, right? And I'll do a little bit more on pricing when you guys come back. I'm going to do, when you come back, I'm going to first do how to do prototypes. But what I want you to do now is to share what you did, share what you learned, and then share what you're going to do next. Yeah. What I did, what I learned, and what stage is next for me. Everybody got this? I'm going to put you all into breakout rooms. Give me a minute. One second, guys. Where is this breakout room option gone? Akhil, I'm not able to see where this breakout room option is gone.
I think it's there. Just give me 1 second. Let me check.
Okay, good. Maybe I messed up somewhere. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm just forming breakout rooms. Okay. And so we'll see you back in about 7 minutes. Please share what you did, what you learned, what's next for you. Please join the breakout rooms.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to end the breakouts. 2 minutes, guys. Everybody's going to be out. Okay. Is everybody back? All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to walk you through different examples of how to prototype ideas quickly. Okay. So the interviewing bit, all of y'all that said you need to do interviews, I want you to take, I'll go one by one, right? I want you to take, write down 5 to 7 questions that you don't have answers for, like who, what, when, the 5 W's and 2 H. So everybody can you put a smiley, give me a thumbs up if you are in the interview stage. Everybody in the interview stage. So Namya, who else? Who else needs to interview and talk to more customers? Only one? Jay Hari, yeah. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to drop a list of questions you don't have answers for and who you will talk to, right? So sometimes you need to talk to customers, sometimes you need to talk to partners. So who you will talk to, and then what are your questions? How much do you spend? When do you spend? Who do you talk to before you spend? Blah, 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 right? So Namya and Jay Hari, can you guys write down 5 to 7 questions and who you will talk to? So you got to put who and then the questions, right? So that's the interview bit. How many of you all are in the make stage? Please give me a, that's not exactly the right emoji, but okay. Yeah. How many of you all are making? You're on the make stage. How many of you all are making things, guys? Put a smiley. Okay. Viral, who else? Vidya, okay. Prashant, Rajesh, Kushal. Okay. I think you'll find this useful. I'm going to walk you through an exercise called prototyping, which is a way of building very fast prototypes. Okay, it's a class taught in Stanford. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. So I'm just going to walk you through some examples, right? So let's look at, so I gave you the Palm Pilot one, right? So that's what a Palm Pilot looks like, right? So it looks like this. And what he did was on styrofoam, he just printed out something, put it up on a thermocol piece, and then checked with people if they would use something like this. So his questions were, would you carry something with this kind of a form factor? What would you use it for? And the feedback he got is, I'd use it for calendar, address booking, and note taking. This is much before iPad. Yeah. So that is an example. This is sometimes called a Pinocchio prototype because it doesn't work, but it looks like it. Right? So this is Pinocchio prototype. Now, this other one is called the Mechanical Turk. I like to call it concierge as well. So IBM was wondering, so these are actual examples, okay? IBM was wondering if people would buy a speech-to-text software, but instead of coding everything, they just gave a microphone to somebody who types with a hidden typist. And as the person spoke into the monitor, spoke into the mic, the person would type it. Can you see this image? Let me pull that up. Yeah. So essentially they tested it and they checked if people would pay to use a software like this. And it turns out that people weren't very keen on paying for it, at least not the amount that it would take for them to build. Right? So this is the Mechanical Turk. Then let me give you the fake door. Right? So fake door is if people want to, I think I'm getting sound from somebody's ID. So the fake dough was essentially you create a landing page and you said, will you order mac spaghetti, right? But they don't cook anything. And if people click on it, we say, hey, we're not available right now. We'll give you a free burger. Thank you for your interest. But then based on the clicks, you have actually understood how many people want it. Yeah. So you could create a WhatsApp message. And if people click on it saying they want more or they reply saying yes, you can then test and interview them. Cars Direct. What Bill Gross did is he bought some ads in a newspaper and advertised about Cars Direct, saying you can buy a car online. He had no car. He had a very simple website. When people clicked on the buy button, he went and then bought the car from the retailer and sold it at a loss. But he understood that people will buy cars online. Okay, again, this is early 90s, late 90s. Here's another example, right? I'll give you one more and we'll wrap up, which is testing the experience. You know, the Airbnb founders just create a simple website, put a mattress in their house and a simple breakfast, and to check if people will stay in a stranger's house. Yeah, because that was the big risk. Let me give you the Tesla one, right? So Tesla wanted to check if people will buy an electric car. So what he did was he bought a Lotus Roadster and removed the petrol engine and replaced it with an electric engine, right? And then he had data, not opinions, because people had to put down 5,000 rupees to commit to this. So sometimes the best way to get people to understand how much they pay is to get them to pay 10 or 20% of the full amount and money back guaranteed. Yeah. So all right, I want you to take a I'm going to stop sharing. I want you to take a minute and write down which one did you like. The Tesla example, the Max Spaghetti example, the Pinocchio Jeff Hawkins Palm Pilot example, the IBM example, the Airbnb example. Did I give you guys Cars Direct? So which one did you like the most? Kushal says Max Spaghetti, Airbnb, got it. Are you understanding how you can test ideas quickly without coding, right? Cars Direct. So like, for example, let's say it's going to take you 3 months to build a product. Buy a competitor's product and show it just to understand if people will use it. Palm Pilot, got it. Almost everybody's picking a different one, right? Which are the ones you liked? IBM, Max Spaghetti, Airbnb, Cars Direct, Palm Pilot. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you back into a group and I want you to plan out two things. If you're interviewing, who you're interviewing, what are your questions? Yeah. So I want you to, before we do the breakout room, I want you to do it now. Second is if you're making something, can you borrow any of these ideas of prototyping for your prototype so you can quickly test it, right? And if you're pricing it, checking pricing, you can interview people and then ask for 10% of the full fees and money back guarantee the rest. Yeah. So just write out your steps for testing things and then type done here. Okay, I'm going to give it 5 minutes and then you're going to share plans with each other. Have any questions? Ask me. Vishal says, create a sign-up form on the website, promise 1 month free trial after the launch of the first 100. Got it. So everybody start writing down your steps. You don't have to put it here, but you need to write down your steps. Guys, once you've written down your discovery questions, what they are, or your plan to prototype new things, please type done in the chat. Send it to me privately or publicly is also fine. All right. Namya is done. Who do I need to approach in order to get medical data set? Who do I need to get an idea to take this forward? What medical agency do I? Yeah. So, Jehari, you may want to think, who do I know? Who would know people who, you may need to have a simpler question.
Yes,
Everybody else, if you've written down your questions, written down your plan, just type it in. Yeah. Make a simple website. We will hard code the backend and pretend as if it's personalized Asan only for him. Got it, Vidya. Good work. Rishabh, search for medical support to know the specific device. Got it, Rishabh. As of now, work only on app. Okay. Come on, guys. Planning time. So I still want to work on your presentations also. Yeah. So, I'm going to give you 3 or 4 minutes more to write down your plan. Okay. Who else, guys? I've only seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plans. Don't we have more of you all working on things? Okay, here's what we're going to do. 5 minutes. I want you to share your plan with each other, give each other feedback of what you like, what you wish, any suggestions. And then when you come back, how many of you all have presentations for your...
You are not audible, sir.
Sorry? I didn't hear that. Say that again. I didn't hear that. You want to repeat yourself?
You were not audible, sir. Right now, it's okay.
No, my point was, I want you all to share your plan with each other and then give each other feedback. What do you like about the plan? What do you wish about the plan? Any suggestions, right? And then we'll make this better. So remember, you're in 3 stages. You're either talking and interviewing, you're making, or you're giving asking for a small amount of money and money back guaranteeing it and starting your price conversations. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions before I want you all to share your plans with each other? Any questions? I'm going to give it 2 minutes, 1 minute. Any questions? Going once, going twice. Okay, gone. So please share your plans with each other. Use this as a time, each of you all have learned things, encourage each other, support each other. Let's do this, guys. Okay, back in 7 minutes. Quick question. How many of you all, before I put you all in breakout rooms, how many of you all have presentations? Just type yes in the chat if you have a presentation.
So not a presentation, but as you asked in the last session, to make out something like how a prototype look like, or something approach to a prototype. So where's just done it, sir?
Okay, so I want you to move from there to a presentation. Don't worry, we'll do that. I'm going to spend time on this. Okay. So Prashant has a presentation. Anyone else has a presentation? I didn't say great presentation, just any presentation. Who else has a presentation? See, because if you get support now, I can give you examples and you can make a better presentation tomorrow. Yeah, presentation about your product only. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Kushal, you can upgrade it. If you have an old one, that's okay. You can upgrade it based on your new learnings. Arvind has got one. Okay, good. All right, breakout room, 7 minutes. Please discuss plans, share plans, improve each other's plans. I'll see you back. Cool. I'm closing the groups. One minute, guys. Everybody will be back. Welcome back. Everybody. Thirty seconds more. Okay, everybody back? Yeah, I think everybody's back. All right. So hopefully you have a plan in place. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you're still not clear about before I go on to the presentation section? Any questions, please ask me now. I'm going to give it 1 minute in case you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to move to presentations.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I have taken a feedback from few people about my product. They told like it is not going to possible actually. We can't do that actually. They're saying like that actually.
Yeah. And why? Why are they saying that? What's the barrier?
because they told the similar product is there. There we can able to use that one actually because this was going to be very difficult and tedious. I think it's not that much easy. They're saying actually. So
Yeah, it's not easy. That is understood. But did they give you specific feedback about? See, the fact that there are competitors is not a problem. The question you got to focus on is: are you better than what's happening? Right?
okay. They actually like my product what it will do. There are other product. There is not same product. But they're having other product. It will be the same worker. Then why are you going other route? Then finding problem.
So you need to make it different. They are asking a very valid question. What you see, if you make a cup of coffee and somebody else makes a cup of coffee, there has to be a difference. Otherwise, why would people come to you, right?
Yes, sir.
So you need to think through that. What new problem can you solve in that same area? Yeah, and this is why you may need to go back and interview and ask them what more problems you could solve. Yeah. Okay. Here's what I want to do on the presentation. Can a couple of y'all, can I have one or two volunteers share your presentation and I can give you feedback so that you can actually be ready for tomorrow? Who wants to volunteer? And better to get feedback here so that in tomorrow's session, Akhil, will we have some judges for tomorrow? Will Ramna sir come?
Yes, actually, mostly Ramana sir will be there. Mostly Akshay and Ramana will be there as a judge.
Got it. So,
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, the presentation is the same which we had used in the last session also.
So now include the new learnings, no?
Yeah, but the thing is, we have just made a 3D model of how our product could look like. It's about just kind of a car.
Why don't you share your screen and show it to us?
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
So those of you all that have presentations, now is like a great time to get feedback from me and make it better. Arvind, Aviral, Prashant. Okay, let's have a look at yours first.
Yes, sir, it's taking time to load.
No worries.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir. So the basic approach of this is like, how can we actually look at this product?
Nice. Have you showed this to potential users?
Yes, sir. Actually, the thing was the thing which I said, the correct use of materials or the thing which we have to use in this, that makes a lot of difference in this, sir.
Okay.
So if this is just an example of how it could look like, but if this becomes a actual product, then I don't think people would be buying it because there's a lot of thing outside the thing which would be disturbing the patients. So we are actually currently the main problem of ours is to make how can we reduce this?
How can we reduce what?
Reduce the size of the components or using a exact what can we say, that a perfect component for this product so that it would be less like it could be handy.
Which type of person or who do you think would have these kind of capabilities to give you advice? Who could be a mentor here?
The first is the technical supports are
tell me a little bit more. What kind of industry would he be in?
So we need two industry people for a support. The one is the mechanical support, because here we are dealing with some mechanical movements as we are using some gears and stuff. And the one is the second one is electronic advices, because we are controlling it with an electronic device, because we are setting the pace of the thing, which how it could actually move, how much distance could the hand moves. That we have to control using an electronic. Few of them we can find it in our own college, but
Okay.
the rest for the special, like the expert advice, we need someone from outside.
Okay, when you say outside, what would he be doing?
Will be suggesting us the
No.
perfect
What is he actually doing? He's what? A manager in a mechanical manufacturing company? What is his role?
I have not figured about that, sir.
No, I'm saying think out loud. No. Don't you have seniors of yours?
Yeah.
Call them and ask them. Tell them I'm trying to solve this problem. Who should I talk to?
Okay, sir.
You understand? So, see, this is the point I'm making. Not every problem is solved by actually sitting and coding or actually making. Sometimes it's solved by talking to people who know much more than we do. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So what will be good, Rishabh, is to put down some names of people you could talk to or how you would make this plan more feasible. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but good work. Good work.
Like we have just made the same thing for other parts also. This is for the hand, and we have also for the fingers and legs also. It's a same kind, but it's for different one. I guess
Got
this
it.
is the thing.
So my only thought over here is that put down who you need to talk to and how you would move your prototype forward. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, sir.
Nice. Arvind, do you want to? Do you have a presentation? Arvind, are you here? Going once, going twice. Okay, Arvind, the chance now. Aviral, do you want to? Do you have a presentation?
Yes, sir. I am present.
Just why don't you share your screen? Let's go through it. I'll give you some feedback.
Yes.
So again, my goal here, guys, is rather than give you theory about how to do these things, practically we'll look and see what works, what do you like, what do you wish. Yeah.
So this is just a brief about my. This is the problem statement we have. Just some factual numbers that 39 million people in India, basically 39 million people suffer from blindness, and 15 million is the number of people that are blind in India. So just to give a scale of the problem, how big it is, how relevant it is to India. Here's a list of existing solutions that we've prepared. These are basically our competitors, and this VWalk SmartKin and Sumu Band X, and we've collected the cost for them as well. So the first two are based on ultrasonic sensors only. Like they just detect what is the distance from the obstacle or the object. They do not recognize the objects. So you can see that they are from $300 to $600 price range, and the Orcam MyEye 2 and Iris Vision. These are doing the exact things that we are doing, like not the exact thing, but in a slightly different way. But they're costing upwards of $3,000.
Got it. What's the price range you are looking at?
So 5,000 Indian rupees.
Wow, you should mention that. No, why don't you put it somewhere?
Yes, sir. We have put it in the last line actually. So
no, put it here. You give the punchline there itself. No.
Okay, sir. Okay, we'll do that.
Continue.
Just a brief about our solution. This is basically the market overview. So it is predicted that global assistive technology market for visually impaired particularly will grow at 8.6% compound annual growth rate by 2026. So, and this is from when I conducted tests by visiting a hospital.
Nice.
So as you can see, this is a very mundane version of our product. I have just made an Android app and attached my phone to a selfie stick. Here, this patient, this lady is suffering from glaucoma, and so she used my product. I have this video in place. It's a long video, so that I have not included in this presentation right now.
Is there a way you can edit the video down? Because if you can play it, it will give you credibility. Or alternatively, take screenshots of the video so people can get a feel of it, right? What's the point of having a video if you can't use it?
Sir, actually, the thing is, this video is quite old. We visited in early November. So since then, we've made progress. So
understood. But if you have a resource, you use it. No, why would you not use it?
Okay, so I have another presentation which includes the videos. I'll showcase that.
Yeah. You don't have to show it now. I'm just giving feedback as you're going through it. Yeah.
This is just planned just a eagle's views idea of what can our revenue streams be. So where we can sell our product. Like we can approach NGOs and blind care homes, and there are obviously every big hospital, every big eye vision eye center has their own retail optician right next to the hospital. Like we have Bharati Eye Institute in Delhi, and they have their own retail optician sitting right outside. So most people use that retail optician only. So we can sell our product through those retail opticians, and there are pharmacies associated to hospitals. Furthermore, we were thinking of using platforms like Amazon and Flipkart as well, but that's for the later stage. Firstly, in the first phase, we are trying to approach NGOs and blind care groups.
Okay, got it.
This is just a basic our goals for the next year thing that we prepare.
Can you put a timeline? So because
Sure.
this, you know, like for example, 3 months, 6 months, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Put some timeline on this.
So that's it. Just ending with a quote. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. So those would be a couple of changes I'd make. Yeah.
Yes,
all right. Jay Hari, you want to present your presentation? So everybody, what I'm going to do is just give feedback around presentations, okay? Because I want you to learn. Please take notes as I'm coaching teams. Jay Hari, you want to present yours?
Sure, sir. Just a second.
Yeah. Aram sir.
Sir, I hope my screen is visible.
Yep.
Yes. So our idea is called Prediscope, which is which is an part of prediction plus diagnoscope, something like that. And the problem statement which we thought would be appropriate was respiratory diseases are very, very, very common, and about 65 million people suffer from it every year, and this is from India only. So there is an immediate need for prediction and in order to control it. And this is what the proposed product is. So the hardware essentially is only a stethoscope, right? So that is a stethoscope head with a microphone inside, which is an omnidirectional microphone, which is a specific type of microphone, not very different from the normal ones, but a little more expensive. So what we do, we attach it to our smartphone. It's like a peripheral, you could say. So what it effectively does is it takes the patient's heart and lung auscultation sounds. We pass it through a few digital filters. We filter the noise out, and then we pass it through a deep learning model, which will predict what kind of disease the patient might have. So yeah, these are what we do. Bullet points over there. And potential users / customers are parents or guardians whose children have asthma or wheezing. So kids can't really speak out. So we thought, okay, if they don't want to take their children to the doctor immediately, they can just test it out at home and then
so
reach out for
Jay,
help.
I feel you should make your presentation a lot less text heavy. It's very like each one is like an essay answer. Your slides need to have much less content.
Yes, sir, I understand.
So instead of saying potential customers, just say top 1 or 2 customers, right?
Oh.
And even in the other one, instead of saying all these feature sets, see, customers are not at the level to understand and appreciate that.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you need much lighter tests. Even the way you introduced your name is too geeky. Okay, I mean, you should at least do it properly. That introduction itself, the way you started with an apology, right?
Yes, sir.
That's not the best way to start your name, right?
Yes, sir.
If it's called Baba Black Sheep, also say it with passion. Don't say it like that.
Sure. I will trim it down. And yes, one more potential set of customers is, let us say we have medical volunteers who are not really trained to diagnose patients like doctors. So we can just give our product to them, who can then go to medical camps in remote villages, and then they can just diagnose patients over there.
Got it. I really like that.
Yes. So we have our solution plan, how we will execute us. So we start off with a basic literature survey, user survey, basic market research. Then we go to research and documentation of our product.
You need to put a timeline on this, Jay, because I'm not sure. I'm not able to understand. Does this happen in 1 day, 1 month, 1 year?
Even I'm not sure, sir. I will do that the next tomorrow.
But put something there, right?
Yes, sir. So yes, this is essentially what we will be doing. And then our revenue plan. So we will be retailing it out to physicians and patients. And then possibly we will sell it in bulk to armed forces and hospitals. And yes, as of now, we have developed a model only for our lung auscultations. but it is possible to expand it also to your heart. Because if you take a stethoscope, it has two sides which can treat both heart and your lungs. So we thought, okay, why not expand it to heart disease as well? So now this is where the data collection part comes. There is no reliable heart sound data set online, as far as I found. So yeah, but there was a lung data set, so from which you developed it on. So if our product is deemed fit for market, we will expand it to heart as well. And then, yeah, and also we can make it mobile device independent, possibly in the future. We haven't thought of how to do that. And yeah, our product at max would cost, let's say, 500 rupees, because only for the raw materials of making the hardware, the stethoscope head itself is 350, let's say, maximum, if it's a very good quality one, which you would prefer. And then there's a microphone, which is 120 bucks. So it's like 470. So yeah, maybe you can, if you're pricing it very generously, it will be 500, but somewhere around that region. We will not charge for the app at all. Intellectual property is free. And then this is the basic customer survey which we did with a few medical professionals and a few students as well, medical students. And if you take the first graph, the first pie chart, 64% of them were entirely sure that there would be a market for this. But then there is a roughly 36% of, 36% of them who are not entirely sure. And then if you take the second one to the right, 93% of them were sure that if it does in fact yield accurate results, they would suggest this product to others. And yeah, they were actually considering this. Now the last one, the third one is they were considering product.
Instead of showing this as pie charts, why don't you put them up as bullet points? Because the thing is that your slides are very, very heavy, Jay. These are not like, people will zone out if you show slides like this.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, you need to make it more readable. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I literally can't read what you've written on any of those things because you put so much on it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I will.
Yeah. No worries. I see a passion for doing a great job, but your presentation is not doing justice to the work you've done. No?
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
So in the end, we have our opinions on reliability, which were given by medical professionals. So yes, they were mostly only worried about the accuracy and the presence of false positives. So they wanted that to be sorted out, and if that is done, they were very happy to see this in the market. So that is about it. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that.
No, you're coming here for feedback. Right? So this is the point. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do one more presentation. Does anybody want to present? Prashant. Anyone else wants to present and get feedback?
Yes, sir. I'll present.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, we're going to do one last presentation and then we're going to clean up and discuss next steps.
Just a sec, sir. I think I was facing an issue. Just a minute.
No worries.
Yeah. Okay. Is this visible?
Yes.
Perfect. So the idea of society, sir, and like how we have, like, are you able to see the right also, or is something covering it? Because I think I've got
I can see it.
All right, perfect. So we started with mentioning, like giving a brief of what is society, the social network for the social sector, and what all a non-profit would be able to do once they sign up on the platform. After that, we have identified like we have this mission and a vision statement of why we are doing something like this. And then we go on to the problems that we have identified. And these problems are classified under those faced by nonprofits and those faced by volunteers. So we have listed the problems here and like we have identified the solutions on the next slide. Basically, like I said, the SaaS integrated social network. So we have also got the solutions in that way where the social network would feature volunteering opportunities and information of all events and campaigns that a nonprofit could actually add. Also, a part of the social network would be the ML-based recommendation system that the nonprofits can use to be matched to similar nonprofits. And the SaaS app has two features, one for the team management and one for audience engagement. So that's how we've divided this as a SaaS integrated social networking platform. After this, we go on to our USP, how we're going to pitch it to nonprofits. And this is something that was added recently after that conversation that I had with you 2 days back. So how this would be like, we are offering a lot of features to the nonprofits. And initially we were wondering that this might be a lot to execute, but we are done with the product. And that's the reason we are going to pitch this as an end-to-end event management system for nonprofits. So we are like shown the flow of how this would actually work. They could start off planning an event by getting in touch with similar organizations. Once that event is planned, they can even manage the team that is working towards the event by using the team management features. After that, they can reach out to their audiences and their patrons, and they can send out email campaigns, social media campaigns right from the platform. And in the end, they can find skilled volunteers for the event by putting up volunteering positions. So that is how the entire structure would work for them. After that, we've got the slide for market validation of why a platform like this is actually required. And like this is also from external sources that we got these 4 numbers. But to just validate this, we also ran a pilot from September to December of 2020, where we actually saw that this platform is really needed and organizations are always in need of skilled volunteers, in need of expanding their network and getting funds. So that's why we have like shown a graph here of how the registered organizations grew on the platform from September to December and how even the volunteers grew. So this is like clearly indicating that volunteers also need such a platform where they'll be having enough opportunities for them to apply to, and whatever skills and interests they have, they would be able to find more opportunities for that. So this has been a tremendous growth from September to December, and that's the reason we felt that a platform like this is also required. So we have got back stats that are backed with data, and at the same time even we have checked this out in the real market. And
how many events have you actually run?
We've got 10 collaborative events, so that has gone on to impact the lives of around 4,000 individuals.
Got it.
Yeah. Apart from that, we have thought of how we'll be launching in the market. So we have thought we'll be launching in 2 phases, with phase 1 focused on student volunteers and organizations with less than 50 employees. So here we're going to check out more of the features that would include improving your network and basically, the customer engagement feature, so that the smaller organizations can use that to increase the network. Phase 2 would have NGOs with more than 100 employees. So that would be more towards the team management features. And that's how we've even come out with our plans for the NGOs and the nonprofits to use. And phase 1 would be focused on student volunteers. And that's because we want to promote skill-based volunteering at educational institutions. And we feel that it would be one way where they would be able to develop and apply that skill set that they have, and at the same time get that mindset. And in phase 2, we feel we would be able to include corporate volunteering programs and onboard more working professionals as skilled volunteers. After that, we have got our target audience. So this is like what we have identified: the NGOs, nonprofits, and the volunteers. Corporates, organizations, and influencers, basically just for reaching out to a wider community and for them to support some specific causes. After that, our user acquisition strategy. So the phases that we have divided that into, accordingly, we will be in phase 1, we'll be focused on establishing our venture and spreading awareness. Phase 2, once we start having working professionals and corporates, that will be focused on scaling up our operations. And apart from that, we've got our revenue streams, how we are going to get our primary source of revenue. So like any other SaaS company, we are going to charge keep a subscription model that will double up as a freemium model for NGOs, wherein we are going to keep a free plan for non-profits that are recently formed. So the ones that are less than 10 employees, they would require more of the features where they can expand their network. So that's the reason we have kept a few features free for them. Then comes the plan that's for $499 a month, aimed at mid-level NGOs. So there, we are going to test out more of the customer engagement features. So we'll be having more features for them to run social media campaigns and email campaigns. And the last feature, that's the enterprise one, that would be for $14.99, and that is focused
Where
on
are
more
these
of
numbers?
employee engagement. Yeah, this is not mentioned, sir, because this is
We
like
will
going to
tweak all
be
of this, no?
Yes, yes. I was thinking that we should put these three plans here in the
Hmm.
revenue streams. So this is like going to be a primary source of revenue. Our secondary sources would include paid
Has anybody
promotions.
paid you so far?
No, sir, because this product hasn't been launched as a paying product in the market yet.
When will you launch?
We are hoping to launch by the month of July.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because right now we have developed it, it's ready, but we want to have some beta tests with the existing
Let
organizations.
me ask you, I'm an NGO leader, right? I'm going to pay you 500 rupees, right?
Yeah.
What am I getting in return? Will I make any money in return?
No, you won't be making any money in return.
Hmm.
Okay, that is again subject to if you could get in touch with donors on the platform. So then that would be a different thing altogether, because we are not going to give you some money, but if you get connected to donors on the platform who will be able to see your work, then of course then you can raise those
So I think
grants.
that is I think 500 rupees one is very low, right? You need what? Imagine you have 20 clients. If you have 100 clients, you're at 50,000 rupees. That's nothing, right? So you need to start bumping up the money you're making, right? In ideally, if you can help me make money, for example, run fundraising events for me and charge me 5% of what we raise. Right? So, for example, if I raise a 50,000 rupee event and you take 5% of it, which is nothing, right? 2,500 bucks you got.
Yes.
So start thinking that way. I think you're still very caught up with your technology stack. You need to focus on customers. It's good, but I think 500 rupees it's going to be hard to get NGOs to pay. And I think you'll need lots more than that. You'll need to charge a lot more. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is much clearer, Prashant, but this is what you need to do next. Okay. So take this as I appreciate the fact that you've taken the feedback and moved forward. This is the next thing to move forward. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
No one will be more happier than me than you collecting your first 500 bucks. So I want to see that happen.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap this up. You have anything else you want to show, Prashant?
No, I think so. Rest is again like the same thing. So we won't.
So streamline your presentation and spend more time telling us how you're going to make some money. Huh?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay. All right, everybody. So we're done for today. What we did was we broke it up into 3 parts: talking and interviewing, making and prices. Interviewing, we looked at how we can interview, the discovery questions. We coached you on that. Making, I give you different examples of how to do your prototypes. And then pricing, I suggested put a small portion up, 10%, and money back guarantee it, and then roll it out, right? Then we looked at your presentations, how we can do it, how we can clean it up, putting timelines on things, right? Less text. There's a lot of text in a lot of your presentations, right? Yeah, so these are the overall feedback. Akhil, for tomorrow's session, you want to give anybody any instructions other than that WhatsApp group?
Yes. First of all, I request everyone to join this WhatsApp group. Then I will send out you a format. I mean, it's the same format of last time, but there are few changes maybe. So I will send out to all of you that format. Then please do come up with the presentation. And tomorrow you will get total 6 minutes for the presentation, 3 minutes for your slide presentation, and 3 minutes for the question answer from the judges side. So I will send out the time slot and everything to all of you. Okay.
Got it. So 5 to 7 tomorrow, right?
Yes, same time. Yeah, 5 to 7.
Okay. All right, everybody. See you. Good luck. Bye.
Bye, everyone.